Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to day 4 of my 31 Frightening Days of Halloween Marathon. Tonight I figured I'd throw you guys a bit of a curveball, so tonight we're going to actually take a look at the pilot episode to the classic television series Tales from the Darkside, entitled Trick or Treat. And this episode was actually directed by Bob Balaban, who actually got some fame actually acting. Many of you guys might actually remember him from The Majestic and from Ghost World. He actually played Enid's dad in Ghost World. And this pilot episode was actually written by one of the greatest horror directors of all time, that being George A. Romero from Creepshow, Night of the Living Dead, and Dawn of the Dead fame. Now, this episode actually was really fun. It was actually a fun, great little way to kick off the debut of this classic television series. So the story is it deals with a shop owner played by Barnard Hughes, and he's always really adamant about collecting all of the money that he is due. So all the townspeople that actually owe him money, he has a huge collection of all their IOUs. So he's always really adamant about collecting every single cent that he is owed. So you learn quite quickly in the episode that Halloween time is his favorite season of the year. So every year he actually has the local townspeople's children come into his house to search and try and find the IOUs. And if they are successful, then their debt goes completely away. But that is the challenge, because entering his house to try and find the IOUs turns out to be near impossible and actually quite frightening for the children. And it turns out that throughout the episode, the Barnard Hughes character actually insists that he is very fair and never cheats his customers, when in fact, when he's you learn in the episode that while the kids are actually trying to find the IOUs, he is actually cheating a great deal. So that's when things actually take a frightening turn, when monsters such as a witch and demons actually take over Barnard Hughes' household and teach him a lesson of his own. Now this episode was actually really fun. Now, I had bought the first season of Tales from the Darkside just based on all the good words that I had heard about it. Now, I'm a huge horror movie buff, as you guys can tell, but I'm also a really big collector in collecting horror-related television shows. Whether I've seen it or not, I will just buy it up because I'm such a huge, dedicated lover to the horror genre, especially things such as Tales from the Darkside, Friday the 13th, the series, Tales from the Crypt, The Twilight Zone. I mean, literally everything from the horror back catalog that appeared in television series form, I will buy. So this I actually bought, I believe it was the day that it actually came out, and I hadn't actually cracked it open until, today to do this review, so I thought that, a Halloween-themed episode entitled Trick or Treat, written by George Romero, was a great way to start, especially for this marathon, to talk about, a television episode specifically. And I gotta say, this episode is actually a ton of fun. It's really a good, these episodes really play really quickly. I mean, I was really surprised in, just how, speedy, the story and the runtime actually was. These episodes actually run probably close to 22 to 24 minutes, so they're really, they're really quick watches, just really, a great thing, to pop on if you have them, especially on, like a good old lazy Sunday afternoon in case no one's doing anything. So I figured that today, being that it is Sunday, it'd be, the perfect time to actually crack it open, kick back, and just enjoy some, quality time in front of the tube, geeking out to some, good old horror television shows. So like I said, I mean, this episode was, a fitting debut to this, this cult classic television series. And like I said, this is actually the first episode and my first true exposure to Tales from the Darkside. So really all I can say is that if this first episode is any indication as to how much fun all the episodes and all the future seasons are, then I'm in for, an awesome ride, because I really did enjoy this episode. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys have never heard of Tales from the Darkside, and this may be your first exposure, just based on the first episode, I would totally, pick this first season up. I believe the second season will be hitting store shelves on October 27th, which is perfect. Another great purchase just in time for the Halloween season. But You know, like I said, if you guys have never seen this, I think that it is a worthy blind buy of just, great, quick, horror-themed episodes just to, kick back and, keep on the television while you're just lazing around the house. So I think that really wraps up my review of the Tales from the Darkside pilot episode. Again, as always, thanks again for tuning in, and, tune in tomorrow for yet another review as my 31 Frightening Days of Halloween marathon continues. Thanks again, guys.